If you want to enjoy a good cup of tea, what I feel is when I drink a cup of tea,
So, if you had to explain Lumbini in one honest sentence,
5000 years ago, people drank two leaf and the bud on honey. Look, tea was not a money.
hello tea lovers. Today we are sitting at Lumbini Tea WADIYA for relaxed conversation over a cup of tea. Today is the first episode of Tea Talk at WADIYA. I am joining here with Mr. Chamindu Jayawardena, the managing director of Lumbini Tea Valley, who has over 30 years of experience in tea industry. Sir, thank you for joining us today. Before we get into the business, I would like to know, how do you personally enjoy your cup of tea? Is it light or strong?
It's like this, Charita. Now, as a tea lover, I'm a tea lover or a tea geek, you can tell me. The main thing is how I like my tea is very light, because why I'm saying that is when you have your tea very strong, it might be good with milk or any other substance, but if you want to enjoy a good cup of tea, you should have it really lighter, because you can then feel the flavors in it. You can understand what is inside this cup. So all these facts matters when you drink a cup of tea, because you go through the journey in that tea cup. So what I feel is when I drink a cup of tea, I understand the journey behind that cup. So in that way, I think lighter tea prefers for me, as well as it gives me an energy to, when I understand the story behind that cup, it gives me an energy to, go to the next level, or, like to understand how hard it is to make a cup of tea.
Yes. Why do you feel conversations more honest when we sit with a cup of tea like this?
It's like this, Charita. When you drink a cup of tea like this, as I told you, it gives you positive energy. Where I told energy to you, but it's positive energy. So when you have the positive energy, always, the conversation becomes honest. That's the main thing. So eventually, for any person, if you drink a good cup of tea, of course, the uh, conversation will be true and honest, because you are drinking a pure cup of quality tea. So for that, you have to find the best tea and prepare it properly, and drink it soothingly, not, not like hot or very cold, but at the correct temperature. If you drink the cup of tea, the conversation will be honest, Charta.
So, tea has been a part of Sri Lankan's life for generations. Uh, on your personal level, what do you feel tea like?
It's like this, Charita. Now, when you tell it's personal, my life started with tea from this very tea estate back in 1977. I born in 1977, and my father bought this tea estate in 1975. So when I was 2 years, I like only 2 years difference between Lumbinis and my birth. So the main thing is, so that means tea has blended in my blood and the body and the soul. So you can say that tea and Chaminda Jayawardhan is two souls together, something like that. So that means it's really matters to me. Tea means, now you take it's 48th year of my life. This is so this whole 48 years I had come this journey with tea, and 30 years of that I had worked with tea. So it means a huge thing in my life, that personally, when you take the personal note, my life, whole life is filled with tea.
Do you think we are slowly losing the tradition of understanding reality?
Of course, yes, Charita. What I for this whole 48 years I came through with tea. So what I see is in Sri Lanka, especially in Sri Lanka, we think that good quality tea is you can produce with any leaf. So in that case, if you produce a quality tea with bad leaf, you get a bad tea,
Yeah.
then that means uh, we understand a tea as a wrong way. So 5,000 years ago, people drank two leaf and the bud only. So now we are going for 3, 4 leaves and make a cup of tea. So then we are from the roots, we are going far from this product. So we Chinese understood it as a medicine, and now we think that every part of tea bush is connected to that, but it's not. It's only this two leaf and the bud is connected. So in Sri Lanka especially, and the all around the world, people understand bad tea even gives the benefits for you, but that's wrong. So you should know it is coming from this two leaf and the bud. So for that you have to understand that the process and the person who picks the leaf, and how that person picks the leaf, and so many factors are coming into this. So the person who drinks a cup of tea in the world, even in a faraway countries like Australia or USA, they should know where this leaf comes from, and who is picking that leaf, and who is producing that leaf, who is tasting that leaf. So that kind of a way you can understand that. So why I am telling that it is losing is, nowadays people understand any tea will give them the benefits, but that is a myth actually these days what is happening. So that's why in Lumbini what we do is we give this education. So we give this transparency for a person to come and uh, find out where this tea comes from, and what kind of a tea that person is going to drink. So in that way, I think we can understand the quality of the tea.
So, as you have 30 years experience in the tea industry, what do you think the tea in the past compared to today?
It has a huge difference, Charita. Like when I started back in 1996, the tea was a quality drink, and there were people who cares about the quality of the tea, and the tea drinkers uh, really cared about the quality of the tea. But today what has happened was, we have gone for more blends in the sense, some blends are there that they are good. So you can make good tea and good tea and make a good blend. But what had happened all this time was, people started to mix good and bad teas together and make an average tea and give it to the consumer. So that was where I think it got wrong, and I think it's becoming a little worse because people are going for money. Look, tea was not a money-oriented drink earlier, because money, of course, we need, but uh, people thought about the quality. So quality matters a lot for the people who bought the tea and blended, mixed, and packed, and the consumer. So all these layers were having the concern about the quality than the price of the tea. But now what has happened was, people are not caring about the price, and they don't mind buying a cheaper tea, and even though they don't get it to enjoy, they just drink the tea. So tea is a beverage you have to feel. What I think is that, you have to feel the tea. When we drink a cup of tea in the afternoon, uh, in a house or a courtyard or a place like that, so it you feel it. So when you drink a sip, you think about, what is happening, and what this the flavors this has, and we calm down. So many things happen. But now what happens is, people just buy a tea, maybe a tea bag from somewhere, cheaper tea, and just drinking it with milk or sugar. So to drink a bad tea, you should add milk or sugar, because you can't feel anything in that tea. So this is what has happened between the earlier and now, because now the value of tea has gone down. but I must tell you that there is a crowd who loves tea. So those people are coming to the place it comes, and they enjoy it, they find the story, they go around the place, and they find the values of the tea, and they then take home that and enjoy a cup of tea. So I must tell you that it's, all are bad, all are not bad, but uh, there is a crowd that who loves the tea, but majority is today doing is this, they just drinking tea only.
Why do so many teas taste similar, even though they are from different brands?
It's like this, Charita. Now, when you take any brand, many brands in the world, those brands cater to the fast moving crowd in the world, like working people and many other commodities, like that. So, because of that, those brands need to buy big quantities of tea, so they want to mix it together and, like make a blend, because from one place you can't buy many containers, right? So you have to get it from different countries, different regions, and likewise you have to make that kind of a tea. So that is not bad, actually. That is catering for different part of tea lovers. So that's why those teas are always taste like same.
Similar.
It's not same,
Yeah.
but when a, a person, a consumer, normal consumer drinks that tea, they feel that it's same, but it's different, because all the brands have different blends in their packages. But I must tell you that there are different teas as well. Like when you take example like Lumbini, you have handmade teas, white teas, black teas, afternoon teas, specialty teas, so many varieties. This is what I wanted to tell you, that if you are a tea lover, if you are a real tea lover, you can feel the difference of these different teas. So, but if you want just a cup of tea with a tea bag, so that's a different part of this business. So these are two parts actually. That part also should be there, and this is a part where tea lovers always want to come and enjoy the tea, like maybe afternoon tea, and then a specialty tea for a different taste, floral taste, and handmade tea for a different purpose. So this is the culture we have created at Lumbini, because we want to give the consumer different experience in different times of the day, different times, different days of the year, and maybe different occasions in their lives. So that's why it differs from the brands. And why brands are same is, Charita, like because they cater to a different market. That's the reason. So they always go for the fast tea drinker. They catch the fast tea drinker. So that's that market. But in Lumbini, we market it in a different way. So these two markets needed for the whole world, because you can't eliminate any markets. So you have to have these two, because all these kind of people are in this world, living in this world. So like what our idea is to cater this the speciality or different, differentiate market in the tea industry.
Is the price of tea is a true indicator of quality?
Charita, in a way, it's true, but I see that some bad teas are there that high priced. So you can't tell that price is a true indicator of that. But price, from price, we can understand to a certain extent that it's a good quality tea. And the other thing is, like always, not only price, many other things are there, where it comes, and what is the source of this tea, who picked this tea, who produced this tea, is it ethical practice, or so many things are there. But in the world now, what happens is, people think that if you get for high price, it's a good quality tea. That's not true. When you take Lumbini, our prices are very high, but what we do is, we show the consumer or the tea lover uh, that we have so many values in it. So I must tell anybody who buys a tea for a higher price, just don't buy for the price. You care about all other factors which have to think about where it comes and who produced it. You know, so many things. I'm always telling that who picked it, who produced it, who, what is the story about it, do they care about environment, do they do so many value things to the community. So this all matters. So before you buy a tea, always you have to care about these things rather than the price. Of course may be high of bad teas as well. So like that's why I told, when it comes to Lumbini, our prices are higher, but we have many values we have lined up behind this price to understand the consumer, that price is high because of these values, not the tea. So that way you have to understand is. So I must tell you, the quality is not only the reason, the price is not only the reason which matters to the quality. So many things are there. So we should, in these episodes now we are doing, I think we should educate the people about these values, and who does these operations for us, and who cares about tea, and who picked the tea, what is the family background of the person who's picking, and like are they, what are their values, so many things are there, Charita. So in that way, I think we have to care a lot about these values, rather than thinking that high price tea is quality, because for quality there are many things it comes behind it.
How has the modernization changed for the tea? Is it for a better or for the worse?
uh, Modernization, Charita, when you take modernization, it's needed, right? So you ask from me, better or worse, or better and worse. I think better and worse, not better or worse, because both things had happened. So better and worse. Better and I will tell you the better part of this. Tea has evolved. All this time, tea has evolved in different types. Now specialty teas, handmade teas. So these were not there in the early ages. When I was starting the tea career, nothing was there. So now it had evolved. So these are good things and innovations. So innovations are really good, and you know that in Lumbini we have R&D department. So from that we innovate teas. So in that way, the better part is that the consumer gets better teas and variation. Earlier they were drinking just black or white teas, but now they get the handmade teas, and different types of teas, naturally flavored teas. So that way it's better. And another thing is the food. So when it comes to food, people may be thinking why we are keeping roti here.
Yeah.
So because this represents now tea, tea and food. So it's the modern trend of tea now. In this Wadiya here, we serve roti with a cup of tea. So that's why we have, I think we have roti here, right? So in that way, like traditional, right? Roti is so traditional, and then we serve when we serve a cup of tea with this piece of roti, so it really blends. And that's why I told the tea and food pairing is a main thing in the tea industry now at the moment. So uh, always people go for trends. So in that way it had become better. So tea had evolved with food pairings and all those things, and now we serve jaggery piece with a tea. So in that way people have taken this to the better side. But when it comes to the worse side, modernization means people think about the commercial value, and they try to mix the bad tea with good tea and add things to the tea. So different chemicals to the tea. So different types of things people are trying to do, thinking that it is modernization, but it is not modernization. Modernization is a thing. What I think is that you have to upgrade the product, not to degrade the product. So what we have understood was, even modernization you can sell for a better price, that's not happening. So in that way, I think the question you asked, modernization was better and worse as well. So we have to understand the better way. In Lumbini, we understand it in a very better way. So that's why we pair it with food, and we have different concepts like this WADIYA, and people can come and enjoy a cup of tea with food like roti, and then uh, people like you blend tourism with tea, that is another one. So all these things we do at Lumbini. So I think we had taken it on the better way, the tea in the modernization.
Is it difficult today to protect the tradition while we are running in a commercial tea business?
It is, Charita, but at Lumbini, we try to keep the tradition while being commercial. So our first thing is go with the tradition and quality. Commercial part comes in second. Always in Lumbini, what we do is we care about the tradition and the quality. Basically, eventually, commercial part is happening because people value the product, right? If you focus on the commercial side in the beginning, then the tradition and the value and the quality drops. So in that way, I think in Lumbini, we always keep the first thing is the tradition and the quality and the value, and then what we have experienced was the commercial thing is coming into that because the consumer value the product, not that we care about the commercial thing comes second, but it happens eventually happens because you have a value in the product, consumer knows it, consumer sees it, so they pay the price.
Sir, have you compromised the quality in the name of speed or volume?
uh, no, Charita, in Lumbini I must tell you that we are doing a certain quantity, we are not increasing that quantity, and we care about quality. So always what we do is, first thing is quality, as I explained you earlier. uh, Quality comes first, then we think about the other things, but speed and volume is not words in Lumbini, because we only care about quality, because speed and volume should be there, but it comes after the quality, because quality comes number one. We never compromise quality with any other thing at all, not speed or volume, anything. We don't compromise the quality, because we always care about the quality, and then only we care about the other things. So sometimes some things are there that we have stopped, like being speed, because we don't have the quality. So there are many examples inside Lumbini. We have done that, and we never go for many factories. We are not increasing this quantity for mass volumes. We want to keep this quantity as this and increase the quality of the product and give the consumer the real taste which tea had been drunk 5,000 years ago. So that traditional taste should be in the tea. So to keep that, I think you can't compromise the quality, because you have to keep the quality intact without thinking about the speed and the volume.
What makes the Lumbini different from many other tea producers?
It's like this, Charita. When you take Lumbini, it has a long story. Now we are 50 years from the start. So the main thing is quality for Lumbini. Quality is number one, and we don't increase quantity for commercial value. We want the quality to be there. So at Lumbini, when you take, I was telling you, two leaf and the bud. So for a good cup of tea, you need two leaf and the bud. So in Lumbini, we are trying to maximize the percentage of two leaf and the bud in a leaf sample. So that means at the moment we have about 60% of two leaf and the bud in our teas, but our plan is to go increase it to 80% and give the consumer a good cup of tea. And the other thing is we add value to the tea. Now we have converted 10% of our production to certified organics by USDA, in EU and JAS. And the other thing is, we as you know, we have established a R&D department in the Lumbini. So we want to give the consumer all these different experience. So in the future we might be innovating different types of products, or maybe different types of techniques to enhance this quality. So that is why I think still Lumbini is in this stage.
So if you had to explain Lumbini in one honest sentence, what would it be?
Lumbini was uh, Lumbini was quality and tradition, and it will be quality and tradition in the future as well. So I can give that honest word, because I'm sure that Lumbini will be always caring about quality.
What would you like today's tea drinkers to remember when they make a cup of tea next time?
Main thing is, Charita, where it comes and which kind of a tea you are preparing, and do you know how to prepare it. Because you can get a good quality tea, but if you don't know how to prepare it, you will ruin the whole tea. Then the other thing, main thing is where it comes, and is it from a good quality tulip and the bud, uh, made out of tulip and the bud, and what are the values inside this tea. As I always tell, who picks it, who produce it, is it a quality tea, is it from the tulip and the bud, and what are the values this producer giving to the world, and what are the innovations, what are the new things they had done, and am I benefiting anybody in the world by drinking this tea. So in that way, once they prepare the cup of tea, when you know these all these details, when you drink a sip, you always remember, I had done a great thing by uh, purchasing this tea, because I had done something good to the world. So in that way, I think the person who drinks a cup of tea will have a satisfaction when they are drinking the cup of tea.
And sir, if the tea could speak,
Mhm.
what truth it will tell us?
It will tell many stories, Charida. You know, it had traveled through so many places and so many things which had happened to it. So it will tell the real truth, because tea is always honest. So I think tea will tell you the journey of it. You know, if it is a good tea, it will tell the good story about it. And if it is a bad tea, it will tell how you know, people treated it when its way it comes to the consumer. So in that way, I think you know, if tea can speak, so the consumer can get to know all the stories, you know, then they will never buy a bad tea, because the consumer will know how bad the tea is, because all the layers tea will explain to the consumer, and the tea will then explain the good about a good quality tea. The consumer will really know what should I buy. So in that way, I think consumer will have a real understanding about the cup they are drinking, because there are many stories hidden in these teas, bad and good. The consumer doesn't know. So bad things and good things should be known by the consumer, but uh, sadly consumer doesn't know those. So the question you asked, if a tea can speak, the consumer will know what to buy, and they will never buy a bad tea.
So finally, what you have to tell to the tea lovers in the whole world?
It's like this, tea is a drink you can feel. It's an art, and you have to feel the taste of it. To feel the taste of it, you have to find a good quality tea. And as I always tell, you should go to the roots of the tea, and with the values you explain, you drink the cup of tea. So in that way, you can feel the story. You know, even maybe you are far away in a colder country like Russia, but you will feel the story of the tea in your cup. So I always tell, uh, feel a cup of love. So this is filled with love. So if you enjoy this cup, I think you will see what we are doing back in Sri Lanka, maybe Kenya, maybe any other country. So you will see the story. So that's what I have to tell Charissa. So always drink good quality tea. Find where it comes, who did it, who pick it, who produce it, and who did it for you. So that way you can drink the cup with satisfaction.
Thank you for joining us today. We will be joining again with our founder generation of Lumbini Tea Valley in the next episode. See you all soon.